Instead of using an actual photograph from the film or an actor in the costume, they're going to use a Hot Toys. Where have we seen that before? Final Death Star here. And I want to talk about the Sith Troopers that are premiering in this new episode 9. When this was released, the designs for this in July of this year, it left some people excited, some people's heads, exploded, and then others, myself included, looked at it and thought, really? This is the best you got? This is the best design you've come up with out of all the people working at Lucasfilm? You copied a Stormtrooper and you spray painted it red, and we're supposed to be, oohing and eyeing over this thing. So let's take a look here. This is an image from StarWars.com. And it talks about the Sith Troopers, and it says, the Sith Troopers were a Stormtrooper variant that served the First Order during its war against the Resistance. So right off the bat, it's saying they served the First Order, which, we don't know how this is going to play out in Episode 9. The rumor is that these guys are somehow in league with Palpatine. If the rumors and leaks are true, that Palpatine has been in the unknown regions forming his army, and they're going to come back and try to take over, I guess, the First Order, or swallow them up inside of this new empire. But these guys are apparently, allegedly, according to the leaks, working with Palpatine. So they're not, as far as, we don't know, again, we don't know yet if the rumors are going to be true, but if they are, then these guys can't be working for the First Order. If the leaks are not true, then this is blowing the cover on who these guys are. Because it says, StarWars.com, these guys are, serve the First Order here. So I don't know, that's already kind of a point of interest. Alright, named after the Sith, an ancient order of the Force users devoted to the dark side of the Force, these troopers were the next evolution of Imperial/First Order Stormtroopers. They wore red-colored Stormtrooper armor, and it's so original, and wielded a type of black and red blaster rifle. The 105th Battalion was a unit composed of Sith Troopers as well as Sith Jet Troopers. So I guess we're going to get some Jet Troopers. I'm guessing they're going to look the same, maybe slightly wider on the sides for more air ventilation, and a jetpack on the back. That's what I'm guessing that we're going to get for us, the difference in how they look. Sith Troopers were created and developed for the upcoming 2019 film, Episode 9, blah, 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 blah. And they were released on the Star Wars show on July 10th of 2019. So let's click on this, get a better image here. And this is a Sith Trooper Hot Toys. So StarWars.com is using a Hot Toys as their official picture of what the armor looks like. Instead of using an actual photograph from the film or an actor in the costume, they're going to use a Hot Toys. Where have we seen that before? Boy, interesting. These Hot Toys, man, they're better than the real thing. Better than real life. Oof. Alright, so anyway, that's what it looks like. So yeah, it's basically, it's got some lines. Go away. Got some lines on the helmet there. But otherwise, it's pretty much a Stormtrooper, the new style Stormtrooper First Order costume, uniform, whatever you want to call it. I'm not that impressed. Now, if you go back to the Sith Trooper, let's see here. Here we go. This is from the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic video game. And this thing is cool. It's original. It doesn't look like the typical, Stormtrooper armor that we've been seeing over and over again. You've got the silver and then the red for the Commander class. Why couldn't they have gone with something like that? Oh, that's right, because you have to throw out everything that isn't Disney's canon, and unless you need it, and then all of a sudden you bring it in for emergency purposes. And I guess they figured they didn't need it. So, but I thought this was a pretty cool armor. It's more original. See, when you had the original Star Wars, you've got the Royal Guard, the Emperor's Royal Guard, and this looked quite different from the Stormtroopers, the Snow Troopers, the Biker Scouts that we had seen. They all had a similar look. I mean, they even within those classes of troopers, they were pretty different designs. And then you had the Royal Guard, which clearly stood out amongst anyone else. Unfortunately, we never got to see them in battle because they are pretty badass warriors. But they looked great, you know, and it was original. And then you had these guys, which are basically a ripoff of the Royal Guard. You know, they're slightly different. I don't know. They have no visors, so I don't know how they. I guess that's why they got their butts kicked by Rey and Kylo so easily. You know, I don't know how they saw out of these things. I don't know what the design idea, you know, for that was. I mean, it doesn't even look like there's any visor or anything there. So, but that was pretty much a copy, you know, because that seems to be what Disney does. They kind of just copy the stuff that came before. They don't really have too many original ideas. And, you know, something like that. You don't see something like that, unfortunately. And so now we've got this guy, which is just basically a copy of a Stormtrooper that's spray painted red. And it's unfortunate, you know. It's kind of the trend of how Disney's been handling Star Wars. It's not much originality, and it's kind of sad. But you know, it is what it is. We'll see how it turns out. We'll see how they fit into the story. Are they just First Order? You know, why would the Sith have First Order? Because Snoke allegedly was not a Sith, so why would he even have Sith Troopers? You know, it just doesn't make sense unless they are working for the Emperor, and the Emperor's not First Order. Anyway, yeah, the confusion goes on and on. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Thank you for watching the video. Like, share, subscribe, bells, notifications, whistles, and you know, bells and whistles, all that fun stuff. And until next time, lock the door and hope they don't have blasters.